Hey, what's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. It's your girl, Miss Honey, here for another Queen Sugar recap, review / discussion. First and foremost, before I get into my Queen Sugar rant, I want to thank each and every one of you who commented on my last video. My last video was over an hour long, and I have had over 1,000 people view that video. And I have had quite a few people leave me such lovely comments, such absolutely beautiful sentiments and encouragement and words of kindness, not only about my recap, my details, but my looks, you know, just the whole energy of the whole video. And I just want you guys to know how much I appreciate you. I welcome all of my new subscribers. I hope that I am everything that you need me to be and more. I want to encourage you, if you have not subscribed to my channel, to go ahead and hit that subscription bell. I can 110% guarantee that you will not regret that. As well as hit that notification bell so that you know when I drop videos. I do not drop a whole lot of videos unless the spirit moves me. So you really want to use that notification bell so that you don't miss anything that I put out there. And of course, my favorite part is commenting down below. I encourage everyone to please comment down below. I respond to every comment, especially because it is completely manageable for me right now, and as long as I am able to, that is what and that is what brings me joy. That's what I'm going to do, is respond to each and every video. You guys are getting the wild bushy me. Oh, yes. And of course, hit that thumbs up button. You guys already know how I feel about that thumbs up button. It's just like saying, hey, Miss Honey. And I love it when y'all speak to me personally, each and every one of you. So don't forget that. But let's get into this episode. Now, this is Queen Sugar Season 4. This is episode 5. You guys already know I was just so enthralled and involved in episode 4. It was just beautifully done, beautifully written, beautifully acted. I mean, it was just such a meaty episode. Like I said, the episode was over an hour long. This episode did not move me in the same way. This episode 5, and the episode is called Face Speckled, but I am going to retitle this episode and call it, So What Did You Learn? We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna break it down. Like I said, this episode didn't really inspire me. It didn't move me in the same vein as episode 4. I felt like it was a little bit patchwork, like maybe they had a whole bunch of things they kind of wanted to run by us and just put out there and just make sure they touch bases on, and I feel like all of those things were put into this episode. So it just really seemed kind of like a whole bunch of different dialogue script scraps, and they weaved it into one episode and they pushed it out as episode 5. I was just like, what are we doing here? But still superbly acted. I'm gonna go ahead and give Charley the MVP, although it was a very close tie between Charley and Aunt Vi, and Blue is pulling up a hard third in terms of MVP in this episode, but definitely I'm going to give it to Charley. This episode is basically about Nova having started on her book tour and sort of leaving everything behind because no one is talking to her, and then also it's about sort of recapping and finishing off some storylines that we had from the past. But you know, let's see, who should we start with? Let's start with Aunt Vi and Hollywood. When we first see Aunt Vi and Hollywood, Aunt Vi is in the Aunt Vi's Prize Pies and Donna. And she's talking to Prosper. They have had a mutual friend that has passed away. Prosper is on his way to the funeral. He has stopped by Aunt Vi's to get him a cup of coffee and a little bit of tea. And Aunt Vi begins to talk with him about, you know, how sad it is about their friend dying. It's a couple that they know, and the male member of that couple has passed away, and Prosper is on his way to the funeral for this individual who has passed away, and Aunt Vi is fortunate enough to have gotten the job of doing the repast for this individual's service. While they're talking, you know, they're just kind of reminiscing about life and death and just knowing people, and then here one day and gone the next. And she also mentions that the wife of the deceased gentleman's sister, Genevieve, is going to be there. And Prosper kind of looks like, oh, Genevieve? You mean Genevieve? Your friend Genevieve? Y'all used to play around in your front yard? Oh, yeah, Genevieve is fine. That's how Prosper looked. Prosper was like, oh, she sure is a good-looking woman. She sure is a good-looking woman. She gonna be here? Oh, she gonna be here? Oh, okay. Okay. It was a sad moment, but Prosper had a moment of hope when he heard Genevieve was gonna be in the house. All right? Then we see later on where Aunt Vi has completed her task, her job. Her and Hollywood are packing up from the repast, and they are talking, and she's saying this is a horrible occasion, it's a sad occasion, she never wants to do another one, because doing the repast means someone that has passed away, has died. And so, you know, it's a sad occasion, but at the same time it's prosperous for her, because doing this funeral and doing this repast, doing it well, means that she will get more business. Well, this conversation really leads to Hollywood asking Aunt Vi about deeper things. And she just tells him, I don't know, this whole Jimmy Dale situation, Nova, has brought me to a place. It has catapulted me back to my past, a very painful part of my past. And he said, Vi, you don't have to worry about this. You know I'm going to do everything I can do to protect you. Yeah, I know you can physically protect me, but there's some things down in the fiber of my being, okay, that troubles me. The waters are being troubled. The waters of my spirit are being troubled. I think back to how I felt, and how small I felt, and how helpless I felt at that time. And I'm back there. I'm in this place where I can't receive love. I'm not familiar with it. It's this pain and this fear and this sense of dread. I can't shake it. And I'm sure that the words of Nova's book about her appearing strong but being the weakest of them all is probably ringing in her head. See, without perspective, the truth can be a weapon. It can be a weapon. Okay, the gift can also be the curse, done wrong, done in the wrong time, done in the wrong way, done with the wrong intention. It can also be a weapon. Okay, and Hollywood tells her, listen, I know I can't really know where you're coming from, but what I can do is be here for you, to support you and to love you. Okay, and she, of course acknowledges that, but at the same time she thinks back how Nova is really the cause, and she says, I'll never forgive her for this. As much as I've done for her, I will never forgive her for this. Later on, Vi is in the bed, gets in the bed. Hollywood is already there. He ain't on his side, baby. He on the middle, halfway her side. When she get in, she gonna have to touch him. Okay, she gonna have to get up under him. What a wonderful thing. What a wonderful thing to get in the bed and there is warmth and there is love there waiting to swaddle you, to rock you off to sleep. It's beautiful. But see, Hollywood, when you say you're going to be here for her, that means that maybe, possibly, for right now, she may not want to be touched. She may not want to be entered. She may be in a place, in this broken place, where she can't show you affection. She can receive it while she rebuilds, but she can't necessarily be the vibe, you know what I'm saying, that show you what she twerking with. She can't necessarily show you that side of intimacy right now because she feels it fleeting. It feels foreign to her right now. It feels dirty to her right now. So when you say you're going to be there for her, this is what it means. It means you might have to wait for sex, for that blackberry cobbler. It means you might have to deal with her breaking down and crying and being a type of way. It means that what you start off with, which is love and support and compassion, you won't have to be that all the way through this thing. Because we say we want to be there for people. Do we really know what this means? Do we really know what this entails? But Hollywood is definitely the man for the job. Okay, y'all know Hollywood's my man. Oh, Remy is fine, and we're going to talk about Remy. And coffee syrup, oh, Ralph Angel goes without saying. He is a fine piece of specimen. And I tell you, back in my younger days, I'd have rocked the thing till the wheels fell off. Okay, but in my latter years, I'm drawn to Hollywood, the Hollywood type. Man. Anyway, so speaking of Remy, the episode opens with Remy coming into to Aunt Vi's Prize Pies and Donna. Okay, in walks Remy, baby, and when I tell you he is cafe au lait, okay, he is venti, okay, cappuccino, extra soy, whipped cream on top. I mean, he's riding the line. He's riding the line. He is everything caramel. Okay, he got an old cowboy hat on and some jeans that ain't too tight, but if he eat a good meal, well, yeah. Okay, he come in, you know, his typical Remy way. He all humble and southern and relatable and down to earth. Prosper sees him first. He welcomes him with open arms. Where you been, stranger? Vi sees him. Where you been, stranger? Hollywood comes out the kitchen. Well, I know that ain't Remy. What's up? What's up? Dap. Where you been? How come you ain't been taking my call or Vi's call or Ralph Angel's call? Because you know ain't nobody else calling Remy. Okay, if we reflect back to season 3, we ran Remy out of town. Go on, get. Coming between sisters. Him and Ralph Angel sit down and talk, and you know, he tells me, the only reason I was here was because my wife, this is my wife's place, and I was out of pocket, and it wasn't me, it wasn't for me, and I got out of character, and I lost myself, with this whole thing with Charley and Nova, and I just kind of lost myself, and I got to find myself. Now, Ralph, Hollywood asked him where he at, but he didn't say where he at. But y'all know, Charley got to go over and talk with the people at St. Thomas. But we're going to talk about that. All right. So, I don't know where he is. I'm just saying St. Thomas. But okay. Anywho, so, they get to talking back and forth about him, and he was off his square, and he wasn't himself, and he got to get back to himself and find himself. And when he broke up with Charley, it just devastated him and broke him down to his core. He just never thought he would find love again. And then came Nova. First of all, Ish happened a lot quicker than that. Okay, you roll straight off Charley. Okay, in time span, in terms of distance and time span between sisters, you basically rolled straight off of Charley, even though they didn't sleep together, and rolled into a situation with Nova, which really to me seemed way more physical than it did anything else. But he trying to play it out like Nova, he thought he would never find love again, but when he found Nova, it made him believe in love again. I was like, boy, bye. Boy, bye. Good night. Good night. The start of a thing is always the end of a thing. And you and Nova went about that whole ish wrong. Absolutely wrong. And Hollywood was like, well, between me and you. I was like, Hollywood, mind your business. And I would never tell Aunt Vi, Hollywood, don't do this. But I liked you and Nova together. Hollywood, shut up. Shut up. Be quiet. You don't know what you're talking about. You do not know what you're saying. Hush. Y'all really look good together, and y'all see, I can see how it could work. I guess you could. He got a penis and she got a vagina. Yeah. It'll work. It'll work all night. But when daybreak comes, bye. Bye. I cannot. I'm not gonna buy into this. But whatever y'all want to do, Ava. Whatever y'all want to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm invested too deep right now. Where Ivi comes over and brings him some food for the road, and Remy gets up and she tells him, don't be a stranger. Ernest loved you and you a part of this family. I was like, okay, Ava, I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to find a way to introduce Remy back into this situation, but there ain't no rectifying this. This bridge he has burnt. Now, I'm not saying they can't be kind to him. I'm not saying they can't be friends with him, but he can't have Nova. Not now, not ever. Ooh, shout out to Color Purple. Not now, not ever. No. We sent you packing. Go on, get. All right? Come in, say hello, get you a couple of pieces of pies, and get on back up that road, sir. He gonna put that cowboy hat on and turn and tell Aunt Vi and Hollywood, if you see them, if you talk to them, tell them I said goodbye and thank you. And then he put that cowboy hat on and melted back into cappuccino, milky caramel goodness and walked on out the door. Boy, goodbye. You fine. Ain't nobody saying you not. Ain't nobody saying you not fine. All I'm saying is you ain't no good for us. You ain't no good for us. Go on. Get your life right. Get yourself together. Okay. So that's Hollywood, Vi, and Remy. Now let's see. Who can we talk about next? Let's go ahead and talk about Nova. Y'all know Nova on the first leg of her tour. And Dr. Octavia shows up. It's a Q&A session. And Dr. Octavia has some tough questions for Nova. And basically it's about her lack of research and theory. You know, the book didn't appear to follow this formula where it had data and receipts to back it up. And Nova, she and Nova battle back and forth. Nova's on stage and she's in the crowd with the microphone. It's obvious they are familiar with each other, and it's contentious. And Nova, tells her that her book is rooted and grounded, and she's a proud Black American. I was like, okay, Nova, all right, okay. All right, Nova, we get it, girl. You are perfect in every way without blemish or blame. Later on, Nova goes around there to her office, and she's having a little powwow with some of her students. And Nova comes in, and she comes in to tell her off, and they tongue wrestle in this sexual tension type of way where you automatically know that this is going to lead to sex. And there is a young female student there who is especially hard on Nova and calling her to task and being petty, okay? Petty. And Dr. Octavia is so focused on Nova that she dismisses the student. I need to speak with Nova alone. And it's played by Cree Summers. I'm just saying. I'm not saying Cree Summers look bad. I'm just saying. Boop, boop, boop. You know, it's like, where is Cree? Where is the Cree we remember? But anyway, yeah, I'm just saying her black got just a little bit of a crack in it. So anyway, but you know, she Jasmine Guy black. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know what I'm saying, right? Okay. So anyway, they tongue wrestle back and forth a bit more. Nova says, oh, I see you have a type, when she asks the young lady to leave. And she's a beautiful dark-skinned girl, just like Nova is. And Dr. Octavia decides to, while shading Nova, I mean, she calls Nova's book a tell-all, and Nova disputes that comment. But at the same time, Dr. Octavia is like, didn't you only put one line in the book of me? I was like, oh, okay, Dr. Octavia. This about you. This about you. You seem like the kind of individual that makes things about you, Dr. Octavia. Okay? And I'm going to be honest with you. You seem a little groomish. Like maybe you groom the girls. Okay? Y'all know we have ministers of music. We have YouTubers. We have it. Grooming is an art form. If an individual grooms a person right, that person will be devoted to them for life. You got to be careful of being groomed. Here's some many art years later. Nova is chasing after this woman, sniffing after this woman. I mean, this woman clearly wants it to be about her. She's clearly feeling this fevered energy towards Nova. And y'all know Nova is lonely. Nova is lonely, baby. She can't get no call from nowhere. So we got to bring Dr. Octavia in, because Dr. Octavia would be somebody for Nova to bounce off of. Otherwise, who does she have? Okay, so her and Dr. Octavia go back and forth. Dr. Octavia said, you only gave one line, and Professor, I know I meant more to you that. What about that time we spent in Italy when you were grooming Nova? It goes back and forth and gets to this fevered pitch till they kiss and end up in the bed together. Oh, I knew somehow we would be back together again. I was like, goodbye. First of all, Dr. Octavia, where you been? You felt all these emotions, all this heat and love for Nova, but you just now showing up some 4 seasons later. I know another doctor that showed up for 1 season, 1.5 seasons. Okay, and he lives in Atlanta. Nova hasn't gotten to Atlanta yet. But before we even discuss Atlanta, that's not for this episode. First, we're going to talk about her and Nova being in the bed post-coitus, talking and rubbing on each other's arm and just basking in the afterglow of a wonderful sex life. Nova had forgotten about how great Dr. Octavia's sex was. Dr. Octavia said, well, I hate to part from you. But Nova says, I've got to go. I've got to go here, there, and Atlanta. And Dr. Octavia said, well, maybe I can come with you. But you can't leave all of this. Oh, I've got some graduate students that could take over. It's no problem. I could be here for another couple of 2-3 episodes, Nova. Nova was like, well, I mean, yeah, you need somebody, girl, because ain't nobody else talking to you. So let's move to Charley. Now, Charley's sitting in her office minding her own business when Davis calls, and he is completely and utterly panicked. Charley, I need your help. What is going on, Davis? Turn on the TV. What is going on? That Nova and that doggone book where he down at the university where he's supposed to be coaching, okay, and the students done got wind because they done read this book. I was like, they done read an article which led them to snippets of this book. But ain't a whole lot of people read nowadays. But okay, let's just do this. Let's just get this done. All right, so I need your help. You know, they're protesting, and it's all because of Nova, and you got to help me with this. And she was like, no. Don't come here. I don't want to be seen in public with you. This really is your business. And he was like, oh, please, you got to help me. Okay, meet me at the mill for lunch. At the same time, Romero walk in. Now, Romero is there to bring love and light and happiness, and he talks to Charley about continuing to do good and hope and love and all of this. Now, she goes ahead and lets him know that Davis got this whole crisis and everything because of this book situation, and her main concern is protecting Micah. Well, he understands. He drops the love and peace and happiness and being consistent in this vein, and how it is supposed to just continue to build you up and all of this stuff. And she loves it. She loves it. He don't need nothing from her. He brought something. Okay, he brought joy and happiness and love and peace and comfort to her. She ain't got to always be given to him like she got to do with Davis. Now, Davis come over and he comes to talk to her about this whole situation. He's frustrated. First it was just 10 students, and now it's hundreds of students. This is going to destroy me. I need this. What should I do? Davis. Charley says, I can't help you. My best advice to you is to own up to what you have done. Not to me, because I'm over you. I'm over it. But own up to what you did to Melina. Own up to the situation and how vile it was. That's the only thing you can do right now to possibly save yourself. Just take accountability. Well, I trust you, and I know that you know, it ain't what he want to hear. And really, Davis ain't built for this life, but as long as you tell him what to do, he tends to follow instructions very well. He thanks her. She walks him out, and she lets him know, listen, we ain't here, okay? But, you know, I'm over the situation. I'm over you. I've moved past it. I've moved past needing to hear you apologize and validate me, even though he does. I move past it. That's fine. That's cool. I appreciate that. But it ain't what I'm eating on right now. I got something else that's feeding me. I don't need this from you. I don't need to eat from your table no more. And in the midst of telling him this, he tries to sneak in and steal a kiss. Really? It's like you've had no rearing whatsoever. See, ain't nothing worse than a man that don't listen. I'm telling you, it's a hard row to hoe when you got to continually and perpetually rear and raise a man. When he ain't already been reared, he ain't already been taught. Listen, it take a special soul. It take a special kind of woman to put time in on that farm. What are you doing? Why are you trying to kiss me? I'm trying to tell you, I'm over it. Let's move forward. We ain't got to have dinner and sup and clink teacups. Look out for our son, co-parent. You handle your business, I handle mine. Okay? That's fine. All right. She go to see Davis at the pop-up clinic. The pop-up clinic is booming. I mean, it's humming. Boom, doom, 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 doom. Ignacio is there, and he's thanking Charley. Charley's thanking Romero. This is beautiful. This is wonderful. This is great. Ice kicked the door in. Ice kicks the door in. In come Ice. Ice is, you know, round them up. Let's see the papers. Let's see. They won't see Romero's paper. They won't see everybody's paper. They want Ignacio to bring his papers. I know Ignacio's reaching into an envelope, and evidently ain't no papers in there for him. Only papers in there for the two younger children. They were born in America. But him and them two oldest kids, or the oldest child, they got to go. They sending them back. They taking them in. Ignacio leaving handcuffs. Charley's devastated. She tries to stop it. This isn't right. You don't have no right to be here. This is a safe space. You already know. You already know. They already tell you. This is the subject matter. They talking about this administration. They trying to push this storyline in. They're not going to peel it apart and expound upon it, but they're giving us a little taste of how they are including today's headlines and things that are relevant to today's life in America into this story. They take Ignacio off. She out there talking to the man, the head of the whole investigation, and he was like, "Look at here. You done pissed some people off. You done shut this doggone prison situation down. You done pissed some people off. And people got worried about who you are. Why would the Landrys do this? You think this is the Landrys? Why would they call? They lost 3 people in this raid. They had three farm workers, 3 hands that got caught up in this raid. Meanwhile, she look over his shoulder and she see the consultant guy that was in Jacob Boudreaux's office, and he looking at her like, yeah, gotcha. And she realizing now, okay. Later on, she talking to the retired councilwoman. The woman is giving up her seat because she's scared. And the woman says, listen, I know about Vicky. Vicky is your little Caucasian private investigator who around here looking at all these land deals and books and things. And if if I know about it, other people know about it too. Charlie's like, I don't understand what's going on. What can I do? She said, you got 5 months before this thing go through. And it goes beyond the Landrys. There's some people out there, some real powerful people that want this road to go through. Your best bet, okay, is to partner with St. Thomas. Because, see, St. Thomas want the highway. All right? If it run through St. Joe, they going to lose it. They going to lose the business and the revenue that come from it. Your best bet is to partner with them and to run for office. Okay, all right, fine. Charlie was like, well, I don't know. What do you think oh, you can do it. And I'll get behind you. I was like, oh, yeah, you get behind this. But you won't stay in office and fight yourself. See, y'all, without unity. Anywho, so Charlie has 5 months to run for office, work with St. Thomas, win, okay, and thwart the Landrys. The border loans need to be all together. They need to be a collective. But thanks to Nova, they are all split apart. She is not there with them. But Ralph Angel and Ra and Vi continue to toil and work. So there's that. All right. So she knows what she's got to do. And we're going to see where Charlie eventually runs for office. But let's peep in on Micah. Micah go down to see his friend in jail, the one that got locked up because he somebody accidentally kicked the candle over and his fingerprints was on it or on something, and they put him in jail. Well, now he down there in jail. Anthony, that's his name. He down there in jail. Micah go to see him. Micah see he got a tattoo, but he also see he kind of skittish. You know what I'm saying? He got to get with the program. He can't be footloose and fancy free like he out here on the streets. Regular kid going to school. He got to be on guard. He's in jail now. He's a prisoner and therefore a target. Not just of the prisoners, not just of the criminals. He's a target of the guards too. He won't even shake Micah's hand. Well, Michael get to lamenting about the old woe is me and all of this and that, and then I just makes me think I don't know if it's all worth it. And Aunt tell him, don't do that. Don't do that. Because if you tell me that and make me feel like everything I'm going through right now and it wasn't even worth it, I can't deal with that. I need to keep my spirits lifted and built up. I need to keep hope. That's what this tattoo is about. I reflect upon it when I get down. And Michael was like, man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry and I'm here for you. Later on, we see where Michael getting the same tattoo on his arm. The girl giving him a tattoo. I was like, is this safe? But y'all know a lot of people get tattoos in the kitchen. And he drank it. They gave him a little dark liquor to soothe the pain. But y'all already know dark liquor. Next thing you know, you taking one sip. Next thing you know, you love everybody in the room. Well, they got to go and take Michael to the bathroom so he can throw up a little bit. Later on, when he in the bed, Charlie done had a long day and a lot of revelation and things, and she can't do nothing to save Ignacio. It ain't fair. She got to run for office. She got to figure out how to defeat the Landrys and try to help Davis. And she come in to tell her son goodnight, and she find him with a bandage on his arm, only to find out at 17 he has gotten a kitchen tattoo, and he drunk as hell. She can smell it in the air when she walk in. That dog liquor tell on you every time. You 17. Mom, it was just a sip. You 17. I know you growing up. You're a young man, but we can't have this. Okay? That's Michael and Charlie. Now let's go on ahead and talk about Ralph Angel, Blue, and Dollar. Ralph Angel come over to pick up Blue. And Dollar don't answer the door. Blue does. Ralph Angel noticed right away. Because, see, they got a routine. Where your mama at? She's in the bed. She's sleeping. Don't wake her up, Daddy. Okay. he wonders about Darla, because last he saw her, she was boo-hoo crying. She was broken, so broken in the spirit. All she could do was lay in his chest, okay, and just pour out. All right. Well, she in the bed. She bedridden. She's sick. She in a real dog place. He want to text her in the bedroom. He don't go in the bedroom because they ain't together like that, but he text her. Let her know a couple of 2-3 things. Meanwhile, Blue smell cologne on him. She want to know he want to know why you stink. Why you smell like flowers? Fancy flowers. Ralph Angel pay it off, but turns out Ralph Angel is going on a date with the pretty brown girl. They don't say her name a lot. That's all I'm saying. They don't say her name a lot, but that's fine. They go on a picnic on, look like Ralph Angel land. He done went and got some food for Aunt Vi, and she looking real pretty. And they walking down a beautiful road with shade trees on each side. Look like old trees, you know, because they're kind of mossy. And they walking along looking like a beautiful black couple of angels. They go sit down, and she enjoys every bit of the meal, and they talk, they banter back and forth. It's flirtatious. Oh, the sexual tension is building. Ralph Angel, she challenges him. Do you know how to cook? Can you really burn? He was like, I can do that, and I can do a couple other things. I was like, oh, yes. Oh, yes, sir, you can. Oh, yes. Yes, sir, Mr. Cerebro, you can. Anywho, she leans in and gives him a kiss at the same time he get a call. Because at the same time he there picnicking, Blue down at the playground. And him and a friend playing around. He done one top dog in the spelling bee, and him and the boy get to talking, and the boy said, you know, he says, congratulations on the spelling bee, Blue. And Blue says, oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I studied really hard, me and my daddy. And the little boy was like, you ain't got no daddy? He was like, yeah, my papa. See, a papa is a daddy. And the boy was like, no, my auntie was talking to my mama on the phone, and they clearly said that you ain't got no daddy. That Ralph Angel is not your real daddy. Blue is stunned. So when Ralph Angel get the phone call is Darla calling saying 911, something is wrong with Blue. You have to get here now. Ends the date with the pretty brown girl, goes over. When he gets there, Darla has already come in the door with Blue, and Blue don't want to talk. He drops that bag and heads straight for the doggone bedroom, closes the door, cries himself to sleep. Ralph Angel comes in. They don't know what to do. They got to talk amongst themselves. What do you think it is? I don't know what you think it is. You know what it is. I know what it is. Why now? Why we have to go through this now? I'm so proud of Ralph Angel. At the same time, he consoles her and he encourages her. And this is an example for her. This is leadership. This is leadership. Okay? We all broken. We all hurt. We all torn. But somebody got to step up and lead us into a place of resolve. Lead us into a place of wholeness. Who's responsible for that? Sure, both parents, but Ralph Angel is the head. You have to take, this is it. You want to be a daddy? You want to be a leader? You got to take the head. Your own father, Ernest Bordelon, ran off an abusive man that was hitting his sister, got rid of 3 thugs, evil, low-down, dirty predators that was seeking to render his daughter. Okay? He did all these things. Farm, worked a job, a part-time job that took him out, and tried to work the farm, fought depression, pillar in his community. All of this comes under leadership. It's not glamorous. It's not as glamorous as one thinks. This is what you're taking on, Ralph Angel. What you gonna do? Huh? What you gonna do? You gonna be a baller? You gonna be a shot caller? Ralph Angel takes the lead. Darla tells him, "Listen, I'm not like you." He asks about why you in bed sleeping and all that, and I think she said cramps or something. You know, she plays it off, but he, you know, he is like, he wants to leave. Call me when he get up, and you know all of this. But she's like, he cried himself to sleep and all that. Talking about Blue, and she's like, "Don't leave. I'm not as good with kind words as you are." He says, well, I brought this on myself. She said, no, I brought this on us too. It's some schools of thought that Darla is not taking responsibilities, but that's not true. Darla is taking responsibility. She is. She's having a very difficult time with the fact that once she has put her past behind her, it does not stay behind her. She has to reconcile that with herself. Now, she has to navigate this place. When she gets up from being, deep down into the bowels of depression, where she just want to sleep and not deal with it, she prays. She asks the Lord to give her strength, to help her. Okay? She looks at that book and she throws it hard to the floor. She don't want to do this after having done the task of getting sober and staying clean. Now here comes another obstacle. It don't seem fair. She tells Ralph Angel, why now? Well, Blue finally comes out the room and he sits between them, and Ralph Angel takes the lead. What's going on with you, buddy? They say you're not my daddy. Oh, that's not true. I'm your daddy. I'm just not biological. What does that mean, Daddy? That means me and your mama didn't make you together. I always thought you mean you're not a part of me? Oh, of course I'm part of you. Of course I'm part of you. Long as this heart is beating, I'm going to always be your daddy. I'm going to always love you. Okay? Because our hearts beat together. Our hearts are connected. We connected. We family. He put Blue hand to his chest. You feel your heart, Blue? Yeah. He said, now feel mine. You feel that? Long as this heart beat, what? Will you leave me? Will you take? What if somebody else come along? No. Nothing shall separate me. Huh? Woohoo! Baby! It almost took me out. But I stayed strong. He said, nothing shall separate me from the love that I have for you. It is forever and ever and ever. What about you, Mommy? Yes. Are you my biological? Yes, baby, I am. And just like your daddy, we gonna be together forever. They group hug, and the episode goes off. Charley, ooh, baby, you got a tough row to hoe. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of the empathy that you have shown. You've come so far from season 1. Ralph Angel, man, your daddy would be so proud of the man that you are. He would be so proud. Darla, you can do this, girl. You can do this. You can do this. See, because as long as we love and support one another and not dwell in a place, when you love somebody, you got to put your own hurt aside a lot of the times. Ralph Angel moved from this place where he wanted to choke Darla to a place where he is partnering with Darla and teaching Darla, showing Darla, leading by example to Darla, to Blue, to Benny, Ignacio. He's becoming a strong black man day by day. Ain't Vi got a king by her side? Ain't Vi got a king by her side? She got to get out of her head. She got to speak to that thing and tell that thing, you will not win. You will not take over. You have no power here. You will not divide me and my husband. You will not keep me in a place of fear. I will not be afraid. I am worthy of love and kindness. I am strong. I am brave. I am a survivor. This my man. I'm gonna love him. This my business. I'm gonna love it. It will prosper. My man will prosper. She got to begin speaking it. Get out of her head and begin speaking it. Walk in it, Vi. But right now, baby steps right now. Hollywood's got to do what he said. And all that involves. All right? Nova. Y'all remember Nova from season 1? Gardening, growing herbs and things of this nature to help the people. To help with medical ills. Y'all remember she put together a beautiful little healing basket for Aunt Vi when she discovered that Aunt Vi had lupus. Crawled in the bed with Aunt Vi and laid with Aunt Vi and comforted Aunt Vi and just laid in her bosom. Shared her energy and her strength with Aunt Vi. Now we got Nova. And Nova is in a completely and utterly selfish. She has really progressed to be this hugely selfish, self-involved individual. You over here laying with this woman, trying to make it seem like y'all got some kind of connection. I already know what's gonna pop off when y'all get to Atlanta. You gonna see Dr. Feelgood, the one you ran off. But season 1 Nova was like her mama. Remember, she was a healer, an empath. Now Nova don't seem really connected with any of the ish that she does, the hurt that she has caused, the shame that she has wrought. Oh yes, Charley and Ralph, Angel and Vi, they're all working very diligently to recover from the chaos that Nova has caused in their lives. And while the book was a catalyst for that, it was also the cause of it. When are we going to see the whole entire family reconcile with Nova? I believe that Nova will be forgiven by her family. I think something's going to happen that's going to bring them all back together, and Nova's going to have to take it. She's not just going to get cussed out. I think Nova will really, really begin to see collectively what she has done and how it has scarred her family. They've built from it, but the scarring of it, the betrayal, I don't think they will be able to resolve. You guys tell me what you think. Put it down below. Y'all, but that's Queen Sugar, everybody. Until next time, honeybees. Mwah, mwah, mwah.